So we're here at NAB 2024, and it has been a massive conference. I'm here just outside the Blackmagic booth, and I've been chatting with a lot of the engineers and getting some inside information about what we've just been released and what's just got announced. So there's a lot of things that weren't actually talked about during the live stream. So I want to give you a little bit more information about what we might be able to see once these items come out and some of these updates come out as well. So firstly, in the 2110 space, there is obviously a few questions about the new switch, the 3060p switch, and what kind of options we'll have. Now, it's still in very early stages in development. The plan will be to have things like aggregate ports, so you can link them together between different switches, and also VLAN, IP tagging, all that kind of stuff. But again, still very early stages there. The other fun thing is that on the actual switch itself, when you can do the routing on the front panel, it's not just going to be able to route the bits that are inside that switch. If you've got multiple switches connected to each other or a bigger IP network, it'll find anything on that network and be able to route things from A to B, which is very different to what you can do on a video assist, because that's only able to use what is actually in the video assist itself. So being able to pull up to any router, so if you have multiple of these switches in a venue, you can go to any of them and adjust the routing on the front panel while you're there, which is really, really cool. Another fun thing about the 2110 standard is that audio and video are actually routable separate. So you'll be able to actually grab audio from one source and pipe it into another one, and that's all adjustable on different channels as well. So it's not just going to be grabbing video from port A and moving it into port 3, whatever you want to do. You can grab video and audio from different places and mix it all together, which is awesome. Now, with the new 12K camera, which just been announced, I've got my hands on it. It's really nice to use. It feels really good. There's a few other things on there. I just noticed actually there's some extra USB-C ports on the top. So on the top right, there's 2 covered USB-C ports, which will be able to do things for extra accessories. But I believe there's only still one USB-C port, which actually only be able to use for records. The other thing too is that you've got the SSD module, which they have announced, which can record full resolution at 12K. But they also have a media slot, which will slot into the side, which you can put cards into as well. So we saw the new 2ME and 1ME Constellation series for 4K just being announced. Now, we saw recently on the 4ME 4K and the 4ME HD, they have the ability to route audio into the channels 3 to 14. So you can grab things from an SDI line, from a MADI line, and you can route them into those different things. That's also going to come out onto the 2ME and the 1ME 4K series. And there is talks of trying to get onto the HD series as well. So keep tuned for that. Now, Grant also mentioned that the ISO series of switches are going to be able to, for the live replay system, be able to grab files and do all that live. So the way that that's actually working is it's actually still recording to the SSD on there. I was a bit worried that with such high data going through and pushing out to a NAS, that might be a little bit iffy. But what's essentially happening is that you've got the data still being recorded onto your SSD, so you've still got that copy, but they're going to put SMB onto the ISO series so that you can pull media straight off that for Resolve, for live editing, for live replay, and the files are also growing files as well. So another thing we're going to be seeing on the ISO series and potentially in the Pros, but at the moment just the ISO, is under the Outputs tab, we're going to have an output section for the USB out. So not only are we going to have just the program, we're going to be able to get multi-views, and we're going to be able to put different streams out through there as well. So I know I've been asking for that, and a lot of people have been asking that for a while, so we're finally going to get that onto the ISO series. So another fun thing about the 2110 rollout is that the Ultimate 4K, and I'm thinking the 8K as well, actually have 10 gig modules on them. So if you're running 4K, you'll actually be able to get IP for video in and out. So the idea being that if you've got an IP camera on your network, you can pipe that into your foreground in, and also program out from the Ultimate into your IP routing. We're also going to be seeing a new interface for the Ultimate, which is going to be a very welcome sight. The old one was, while it worked, it was a bit hard to get around. So you can see here a little bit what that's going to look like, and it looks like it's going to be a very welcome change. So that's it from what I've seen from Blackmagic for this year. It has been a huge show, huge amount of announcements. I really want to spend a lot of money, but I am trying really hard not to. But I hope you've got a lot out of it. Look forward to hearing from you about what you're looking to buy. Please put in the comments below about things you've ordered, things you're looking forward to, things you don't like. I'd love to hear from you. So thank you so much for joining, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Cheers.